We could see many different concepts in this lab. One of them was gravity, which is the force that pulls objects towards each other. An example would be you sitting down on a chair. The reason that you're not floating around is because gravity pulls you towards the object, which in this case would be the chair. Velocity, which is the change of position of an object with respect to time. An example would be you driving in your car. Pulse or pulsation is the feeling of your heartbeat. So, for example, when you put your hand on top of your heart, you can feel your pulse, or when you put your fingers on top of your wrist, you can also feel your pulse. Heart rate is the number of times the heart beats within a certain amount of time. So, for example, for this lab, we had to put on a watch that could tell our heart rate. So, for example, we would check the heart rate in the beginning, which was like 112, and then after 3 minutes, we would check our heart rate again, and we could tell that it increased to 120 or 125. Maximum altitude is the highest vertical position in the object's trajectory. A great example of this would be when you throw a ball or a plane. So the maximum altitude would be the maximum point the object reaches in the y-axis. Time is a period during which an action, process, or condition exists or continues. An example would be anything, which could be the time it takes for you to go from your house to school, or the time it takes for you to complete a certain task. And lastly, we could see the range of the projectile, which is the displacement in the y-axis. So the same example could be throwing a ball or a plane or anything that has a projectile motion, just that in this case we would measure it with the x-axis.